Hey everyone, Eddie here. This is a little bit of a different kind of video. I'm rearranging the office and thought I would bring you along, mainly because I just bought this. I don't know if you can see this or not, but this is what is this, a Breville Barista Express sort of situation. Kind of a backstory here. So I, as you may know, left the Mormon church about a year ago, which means up to this point in my life, I've never had coffee. Well, I started drinking coffee and found that I love it. So I bought this. Every good library, bookstore, whatever, deep workspace where you talk about books probably should have a way to generate some coffee. This is a ton of fun. But in buying it, can you see this like nasty cord on the wall? And I've got it on this I don't know what this thing's called, but it's sitting on that at the moment. And I thought this is the perfect time and the perfect reason to rearrange this office. I've got books everywhere. They've just kind of built up. And if I take you over to my bookshelves, they are not organized well anymore. I've got books down here. I've got books on my desk. I've got books out here in the main office. It's a giant nightmare. So this machine here, right there, that I just bought, is giving me a reason to start over. I like it. Wow, that was really loud. Okay, now the question is sort of all of the fun little toys that come with a coffee machine. How are we gonna set that up so that it looks pleasing to the eye and it feels like a coffee shop in here along with all my books? I'm never gonna wanna leave this room. By the way, this isn't a sponsor or anything, but this is Black Rifle Coffee Company. And I'm new to this whole coffee thing, clearly, but this stuff's fantastic. Their thin blue line, really good. Okay. Fancy read well mug, read slowly, take notes, apply the ideas. Okay, I clearly have a lot of work to do here and I have no idea what I'm doing, but it is a lot of fun figuring this out. The next question is, what books am I gonna put down here? But here's what I got. I got two big bookshelves. I've got a space down here to keep books. And now we have this cool thing, which has 8 compartments. So I need to think about that for just a minute. Okay, I got it. I think I got it. So what I'm going to do in this bookshelf, I'm going to do all of my philosophy and essays, just sort of that, I don't know, that heady stuff, the nonfiction that I love to read, okay? That'll be that whole bookcase because it's starting to fill up fast and my books are all over the office. Over here will be all of my other nonfiction, so business books, self-help books, how-to things, I don't know, David Foster Wallace, I guess maybe he'd go over there, whatever. But then on the coffee stand over here, I'm gonna have, this will be my fiction section. So I'm gonna have that, and that will be organized just by alphabetical author, which would be great. And then down here, I'm actually excited about this. So the books up top, these are the books that we're reading for book club. So I've got them sort of laid out in order of when we're reading them and how, although they're out of order right now. Shh, don't tell anybody, and no judgment. But then down here, this is sort of my messy area. It's going to be the place where when I pull out books to look at them or think about them, this is the to be sorted area. When I don't have enough time to sort of sort books, I'll throw them there. That'll be my catch-all so that when I have a moment to breathe, I can put those books back where they go and not let my system get too out of control. That's a pretty good idea, actually. So, okay, let's start doing that now. This is harder than I thought it was going to be. For example, so the Divine Comedy, where do I stick this? I mean, do you put this in philosophy? Do you put this in fiction? Do you put this in sort of epic? I don't know. I don't know where to put some of these books. This is gonna create some anxiety. That's okay. I know I'm gonna feel much better when it's all done. I have a cookbook in here. Why do I have a cookbook in here? This should be in my kitchen. Although this is Alice Waters' cookbook, it's really good. I just love the feel of it. So maybe that's why I brought it to my office. I'm not gonna cook anything in here. I'm having a hard time with biographies now too. Like, where do I stick those? I think probably just in the nonfiction section. Problem is some of these people are philosophers, and I want them in my philosophy section. This is why I've been putting this project off for so long, because I knew it was going to cause me stress. It's going to be fine. It's all fine. Not fine, I'm freaking out. See, this is really cool. Look at that biography. That's Dostoevsky. Haven't read it yet because it's like 1 billion pages long. Really excited to read it, but I don't want to put that in nonfiction. I want to put it in my philosophy section. I just had a fantastic idea. So a lot of these books are books that I have already read, and I need to take my book notes on them and then publish those on my website, which is a really extensive process and a lot of work. So on this shelf right here that I was talking about, you know, this is like kind of, it will build up with books that I need to reorganize. Well, I have 2 shelves. I have this shelf down here and this shelf up here. So this will be my kind of put it away later shelf. And this up here will be my shelf for books I have read that are now awaiting book notes. Yes. This makes me sad. So this is a philosopher, a modern day philosopher, Daniel Dennett. He just passed away not too long ago. And every time I see his face, I get a little sad. We miss you, Daniel. Okay, next problem. So, well, not problem, whatever. Now I've got my books sorted out. This is very organized, I promise. So over here, this whole section in the corner, this is like thriller, horror, suspense stuff, because for a long time I was really into reading that. I still love it. But so I've got a lot of that sort of genre. This is just going to be fiction. Now I know that that's like super broad, but I don't want to have 18 categories because I don't have that way of thinking, or I don't have that much space. So I've just got all of the classic stuff, contemporary things. It's all right here, but we're going to alphabetize that by author. I've got a section for short stories. And yeah, so the next thing I need to do is, I think I'm going to start with the biggest section, clearly this here, and I'm going to alphabetize them A to Z. We'll create little piles, A to Z. So that's next. Okay, that was a lot. I'm out of breath now. That was oddly satisfying to put them in their A to B components. Now, it's interesting because I clearly have a preference for authors with the last name C, B, and D. And I clearly don't care very much about authors with the last names J. I'm only joking. I get sort of emailed or texted all the time from people because I talk about books, and they let me know in no uncertain terms that I am not giving equal preference to authors, doing my best. Anyway. Okay, so here's the nice thing. Now I can see sort of by amount, by letter, how big they are. That will help me sort of plan how to put them in the little cubby holes. Okay, fun new challenge. So I'm already into the last section on the top row, and this is the end of B. So if I've got to get to Z, I don't think this is going to fit. But let's see how far it goes. And this is why you shouldn't make plans in life, people. You should just wing it. You never know. So I had the complete Sherlock Holmes, which is great, but my stupid brain put this under H, and it's not. It's I'm going to put under D, Doyle, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Yeah, which means I got to back up. Awesome. Okay, I'm a little mad, but it's okay. So the fictional bookshelf, look how nice it's looking. Ignore the top. We'll get that in a minute. But I got to L. The good news is that is the end of L. So at least I'm not split. I'm going to have to go to the store really quick and buy another one of these things, which, look, all the interior decorators, I know that the color of this wood doesn't match that wood. I think we're all going to have to be okay with that. I think it's going to be okay. But we'll get another one of these, and I'm going to have to put it on the back wall over here, this ugly wall that I look at. That'll be nice. I'll have a new bookshelf over there. So returning momentarily. You don't need to watch this part. Ha-ha! New bookshelf. Okay, fill her up. Success. We did it. Sorry about the shaky camera. I've got a whole row down here, which means I have to go shopping to fill that up. But until I do, the fiction is done. I'm not going to make you guys watch the same thing and I didn't make you watch the last bit. You didn't have to watch that. But thank you for watching. It helps the channel grow. I'm going to do the same thing for my philosophy books and all the rest of the nonfiction. And then I will return and let you know how it's going. I went to bed, I woke up, I'm back again, and I just kind of took care of the rest of this because it was just an all-day thing. 2 full days, but I'm close. Let me show you what we've got. So coming over here, first of all, this is, again, the just sort of fiction stuff. And what I did, this might be helpful to you, is I had 5 sections in my bookshelf, and I broke my nonfiction books up into types. So these are all books on writing, and then biographies or autobiographies, just standard like self-development kind of stuff. Then I've got business things down here, and at the very bottom I've got more sciencey related books. I'm apparently not a very sciencey guy. And then up here again, these are books related to the book club and what we're reading. Down here on this shelf, these are books this is my messy bookshelf. These are books that I've just pulled off the shelves or whatever. They need to be shelved, or these are books that need book notes done. Okay, this is all my philosophy section. Now, this is an interesting thought I had. So it's really kind of fun to have a bookshelf dedicated to the work you want to do. I want to write, and I want to sort of back up that writing with philosophy and essays and those kinds of things. So I've got a bookshelf dedicated to the work I do. You might want to do the same for maybe you're a scientist or maybe you're whatever, right? That's really nice to have. And then down along the wall, here's my little barista section. It's not quite done. We need a plant, but I've got half of my fiction. I've got the little espresso setup going with a cool little blue tray that I found to hold some stuff. Harry Potter wand, of course, for fiction. And then I've got this really great book that my family got me for Father's Day, the bibliophile book from, I think they got it from Barnes & Noble, but it's a lot of fun. Super cool to look through. And then back on the back wall, I've got another small bookcase for the rest of the fiction with my printer and so on. So now all I have to do is vacuum in here and then set up the lights, and I think I've got my studio back. Okay, everybody, let's see how it looks. Let's just kill the lights. Welcome to the Read Well podcast. Very excited about this new space. It looks the same to you, but it feels so much different to me. It's amazing how much a clean space feels better. So just so grateful to have all of my books exactly where I know where they're at. So cool to have a little sort of espresso station over here, which I'm not very good at using. You'll see future videos of that. But anyway, if you've got a library at home that you are considering sort of refurbishing, redoing, or just cleaning up, do it. Take a day or two, get it cleaned up, get right with your books, and it will make all the difference. Until next week, thanks for watching. And as always, read slowly, take notes, and apply the ideas. I'll see you guys next time.